everyone. Coming up here on the NXT Stand Deliver Predict the Outcome. As you see, the stars are shining light and bright for the stars of NXT. A lot of championship defenses for the two champions, Braun Breaker and Roxanne Perez, and also on Wesley. Those champions have their title defenses, and they're going to have the toughest title defenses, I'll tell you right now, proving up coming up. Also, two grudge matches as well as Johnny Gargano taking on Grayson Waller. These two have a long history, and we'll talk about it as well. Let's get started with the NXT Stand and Deliver Predict the Outcome. It starts right now. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this special edition of the Pro Wrestling Show. Presents the NXT Stand and Deliver. I'm your host, as always, Kendrick Dix here. Glad you can join us here on the Pro Wrestling Show. Presents the NXT Stand Deliver Predict the Outcome, where we predict match previews and predictions. Join in that conversation using the hashtag Pro Wrestling here on Connect. And don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe and scan. Tell a friend, call a friend, hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing. A lot going on tonight here. As you can see right here, the stars are shining bright here for NXT Hollywood swinging. The NXT stars kick off the day of WrestleMania Saturday with their version of their premium event, Stand and Deliver, throughout WrestleMania weekend. And like I said, the Pro Wrestling Show will have live coverage throughout tonight. As we told you, WrestleMania is here. WrestleMania season is here and live in effect. And what a card we have for you. But we're going to get things started with this. This is a grudge match that's been waiting almost 2 years in the making. Grayson Waller taking on Johnny Gargano. These two men have been at each other's throats since last month. After Johnny Gargano made a surprise return. And he made his surprise return trying to get vengeance on Grayson Waller. That's what Grayson Waller had done to him a couple of months ago when they had the team NXT versus team Black and Gold. John Gargano had got sent out his way through NXT by Grayson Waller. Grayson Waller thought he was shining. Grayson Waller was close to winning NXT championship. Well, Grayson Waller tried to threaten the NXT commissioner, Shawn Michaels, and he tried to threaten Shawn Michaels the way he did. But Shawn Michaels had a ace up his sleeve, if you know what I mean. He sent down Johnny Gargano to get his revenge. And I think Johnny Gargano, since he's not having a WrestleMania moment like he wanted to, this is his version of a WrestleMania moment. You get his hands on Grayson Waller at what Waller had done to him. So Grayson Waller and Johnny Gargano will meet one-on-one on Stand and Deliver. Look for this being the opening match of Stand and Deliver. I suspect that Johnny Gargano, he was trying to get that open contract to Grayson Waller. Grayson Waller said he wasn't going to sign unless Gargano was not in the building. Well, Gargano was in the building, and he did attack Grayson Waller earlier this week when NXT see the NXT Ring Report, the Stand Deliver Ring Report, go home show. This was a go home for him. And I can suspect that Grayson Waller won't be leaving the way he did. So look for Johnny Gargano to get the win over Grayson Waller and shut up this big, loud Ozzy's mouth. And who knows? Grayson Waller might get called up and go to the main roster, and he might continue his feud with Johnny Gargano heading into Raw. So look for Johnny Gargano getting the win over Grayson Waller. All right, we move on to another match that a lot of people are talking about, the Tag Team Championship match. The Women's Tag Team Championship match. As you can see, Fallon Henry and Kakita James take on Alba Fire and Issa Daniels. I mean, I didn't see this match coming one bit whatsoever. But like I said, this match built on nutrition. When you ask me, Fallon Henry getting Kakita James getting hit. She's like the NXT version of the $1 Million Man. And I can tell you this match right here the tag team champions are already having problems already. Um, Katia James having a love issue with the Virgin boy. And I guess he finally popped his chair to or something, lost his virginity. But I could see this being that the tag team champions lose, and it causes another rift and scribe. So the tag team champions may lose this match to Abba Fire and Issa Daniels. So look for Abba Fire and Issa Daniels to get the win right here. So look for that. Also, too, um, a fatal five-way match for the North American Championship will be online as Wesley set to defend his North American Championship against four contenders. And I think, to me, Wesley could be at a disadvantage at a strong 80% chance of losing the North American Championship. But that's what he said. He wants all comers. He wants some challengers, and he's going to get it. But I feel like it's going to boil down to these two. It's going to boil down to Ilya Dragunov and JD Madonna. These two have been having a rivalry for quite some time. These two want to show who's the best. They're bringing their rivalry from NXT UK all the way to NXT, and they're trying to show who's the ultimate best. I feel like Wesley could lead with the advantage, but he has an 80% chance of losing. So I feel like this match right here, it's gonna boil down to Wesley and Ilya Dragunov. Gonna figure out to a lot of folks. So I figured that look for Wesley to lose his championship to either Ilya Dragunov or JD Madonna. I say JD Madonna might leave with the NXT North American Championship. I can have a strong feeling about that, but we'll see heading into Los Angeles and stuff. Also, too, we've seen that match already. This is the match everyone's been talking about. The tag team championship match is online, and a triple threat match as Gallus takes on the Creed brothers and Tony Starks and Tony Angelo and Stacks. This match was just built out of nowhere, but like I said, in tag team wrestling, it's just all about the 1, 2, 3. Well, we can tell that Gallus and the Creed brothers could be the favorites to win it. Who knows? The Gallus lead with the championships. Only time will tell, but you can tell this. These it's gonna boil down to those two teams. But Tony D'Angelo and Stacks have been impressive quite some time. So I mean, anything is possible in these matches. So I'm surprised Pretty Deadly they're not gonna be in the tag team match. You never know. They could probably, they're the host, so they probably might enter themselves making a fatal four-way. Who knows? Going forward. Well, I could probably see this. Them Pretty Deadly leave with the tag team championships just to add themselves as the host into the tag team championship match. I can see that going forward. Them hosting and then inserting themselves into the tag team championship match. So I can see Pretty Deadly winning the tag team championships over the Gallus and perhaps the Creed. So look for Pretty Deadly to win the tag team championships as well. So hey, that could be a possibility. Plus, this match right here that a lot of people are talking about, Chase U versus Schism in a 8-person tag team match, 8-person intergender tag team match. The Rock's daughter is going to finally wrestle. We're going to see what the Rock's daughter finally made of in this 8-person tag team match. Let's see what she got, what kind of skills she had. Well, Rock's daughter, we tell you this, she's we'll see. She's been distracting all late. So the Rock's daughter, a lot of people will say, how that going to be? Well, between this is an interesting caveat right here. If Schism wins, they control Chase University, They didn't say what Chase University was going to get from Schism, but this is a must win for Chase U to prove their dominance, prove that what's going on with them. I see Chase U winning, but you never know. If they lose, it'll be all to Duke Hudson over his selfishness. So you got to watch that if what's going to happen. I want to say that Chase U will win this match. You got to have the good guys prevail. So Schism, they think they're gonna win, but they're gonna be sorely mistaken on what's going on. Hopefully, I'm picking the right side. Hopefully, Duke Hudson won't screw Andrew Chase and have Andrew Chase's university continue on going. But this is a serious risk. So look for Chase U to get the win over Schism. This will be a matchup that we'll be talking about for weeks to come. If Schism gets control of Chase U, they're gonna turn Chase U to Schism U. I'm telling you that. So look for Chase U to get that win. Also, too, this is what NXT is all about. The women's championship match. A 6-woman ladder match between Roxanne Perez, who's returning after her faded injury a little bit, against Zoe Starks, against Zoe Valkyrie, against Tiffany Stratton, Indy Hartwell, and Gigi Dolan. These 6 lovely ladies will compete in a ladder match to determine who is the NXT Women's Champion. The Women's Championship is on the line, and championship that's more designed. You could think if what's her name, Roxanne Perez, wasn't in this match, Zoe Starks would have a chance. But you can look at the field. You can look at Tiffany Stratton delivering a power slam to Indy Hartwell. Valkyrie could make a splash, an impact as well. A lot of women vying for the championship. Gigi Dolan looking to break out from being in Toxic Attraction. She got to worry about Tiffany Stratton. Also, too, Valerie wants to take her name as well as Indy Hartwell as well. These women want to break out and become the women's champion. One way to do so is you got to climb the ladder and reach and grab the championship. So you'll see a lot of women competing. Even Roxanne Perez looking to get back. She had to get herself reinstated, and she did so by Shawn Michaels, who was convinced that Roxanne was still injured. So there's a lot going on with that. But your question is my question. Who's going to leave out with the women's championship? My question is Roxanne Perez will walk in and walk out still NXT Women's Champion, and she'll do so the way she did. She's a protege of Booker T. I remember Roxanne Perez when she was part of Reality Wrestling. So Roxanne Perez taking the gold back home to her throughout her match, and she kind of showcased that she wants to stay NXT Women's Champion. So we'll see that as well for those 6 lovely ladies. Roxanne Perez will leave out NXT Stand Deliver with the women's title. Also, too, the main event right here. They claim this is going to be the youngest WrestleMania main event of all. Carmelo Hayes, I think, is 28. Braun Breaker is 25-ish, 25. This could be the youngest main event right here in WrestleMania history. Stand Deliver. NXT history. Braun Breaker has been a formidable champion, a powerful champion, just like his father and his uncle. Tough, powerful. He has been resilient, winning the NXT championship and being champion for almost full a year. But he has not met a challenge like this from Carmelo Hayes, who's more like the best wrestler in NXT right now, you ask me. Carmelo Hayes looking to prove himself and wants the NXT championship to showcase his abilities of being the top star and stuff. Carmelo Hayes and Braun Breaker, both men are prideful and both men want to be NXT champion. One man will leave with the NXT goal in sight. A lot of people are leaning towards Braun Breaker, but My money's on Carmelo Hayes. Carmelo Hayes is ready. He's focused. He's prime on his target. Carmelo Hayes has been bred to become a champion. He won the NXT North American Championship. There was the passport to get him to what he needs to be right now. Carmelo Hayes, it looks like he's ready and looks like he's ready to dominate. The only way to do so, he has to go through this man, Braun Breaker, in order to become NXT champion. It'll be a tall task. Both men have teamed together, but this time it's for the championship. That's what it matters. The championship matters. And can Carmelo overcome Braun and get the job done? We'll have to wait and see. But my money is on Carmelo Hayes. Carmelo Hayes will defeat Braun Breaker and become the new NXT champion in Braun's year and a half win streak. I think Braun Breaker has a bright future ahead of him. He'll be heading towards the main roster, either Raw or SmackDown. I see him on SmackDown, breaking people down on SmackDown. So look for that. Carmelo Hayes will win, and I believe Carmelo Hayes will leave NXT Stand Delivered as champion. All right. Thank you all for watching this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show presents the NXT Stand Delivered Predict the Outcome. We'll see the matches here later on. Thank you for watching for this Saturday morning edition. We hope to see you and watching NXT Stand Deliver on Peacock. I've been your host, Kendrick Dixon. So long, and thanks for watching.